Hey Aaron, it's Men's Health. We're here to see your gym and fridge.
Hello, Men's Health. Come and see my gym and fridge.
Let's go check out your fridge.
So this is my fridge.
What staples do you always have in your fridge?
I always have water, preferably alkaline water if I can find it. Coconut water. I'm really into the Rebel Kitchen coconut water right now. Lemons, limes, bunch of berries, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, and then of course, my choice of protein, which oftentimes is wild salmon. I do eat a considerable amount of turkey and chicken. I don't have that today, but also burgers, full beef burgers for, cheat days and things like that.
How has your diet changed over time?
Quite drastically, to be honest. I think probably from the age of 16 is when I started to become a little bit more, I would say, mindful about what I was eating. And that really just stemmed from me having quite severe unsettled stomach issues. So I started eliminating one food at a time, got closer and closer to what it is, and then eventually we've landed years later at where I am today.
What's your diet like now?
So my diet is largely Paleolithic, responsibly sourced and quality proteins, fruits, nuts, vegetables, and sweet potato. That is what it largely consists of.
What's your morning routine?
The first thing that I have in the morning is I boil the kettle and I'll add just a little tiny bit of Celtic sea salt. That is the first thing I have every single morning without fail.
Why the salt?
Somebody told me it was good for me. I didn't actually do my own research into that, but here we are, years later, still doing it.
It's electrolytes.
Electrolytes. That's funny though, isn't it? Because I genuinely don't know, so I think we'll leave that in.
What will we never see in your fridge?
You would never see in my fridge things that I love the most. Chocolates, cakes, things like that. Those are things I really love and adore, but I try not to have them in my apartment because it just limits the likelihood of me indulging or overindulging, as the case might be, on a rough day.
Honestly, same. What does a day of eating look like for you?
Usually, the first thing I will have is a 4 or 5 egg omelet, and I like to utilize that time to sort of get some veggies in. So I will often put spinach in it, white or red onion, and also love a little bit of tomato in my omelets as well. If I have access to it, I'll have some turkey bacon as well. Lunch, I will probably go for something like, usually I have 2 meals a day, to be honest with you. So lunch is more of a snack. Go for my Brazil nuts, blueberries, and if I'm really craving something sweet and I'm trying to do the right thing, dried mango or goji berries, something in that area. Sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, things like that. And then for dinner, 3 pieces of wild salmon. That is usually what I eat for the day.
Do you know how to cook?
Yes, I do cook. I'm not gonna stand here and pretend that I'm the best cook. I'm not.
What dish do you feel most confident about?
Nothing. There's nothing I cook where I'm like, look at this, people need to see this. But as long as it's cooked thoroughly and it's cooked well and it's safe to eat, I'm happy.
Are there any foods you hate?
The only thing, and I hope I don't offend anybody, but the only thing I don't really eat is Brussels sprouts. Can't really seem to enjoy the taste of it. I'll eat it if there's no other vegetable available, but it's not in my top 3.
What's your go-to comfort food?
For me, that's really gonna be anything that my mum cooks. No matter what it is, it's my comfort food. And that's why I say that I'm largely Paleolithic, because I do make exceptions.
What's your go-to burger order?
I am a massive fan of burgers. I love burgers. I can't actually choose between whether I prefer turkey burgers or beef burgers, but I like to have at least 150 gram patty. If we can have 2 of those, that would be ideal. Thank you very much. Add some cheddar cheese on there, which is not paleo. I said largely paleo. And then if I'm being good, I'll wrap it in, like a lettuce wrap. And if I'm not being good, you know the rest.
No sauce?
So I'm not really a big sauce person. I'm not really a big condiment person. But if I do, I go for just a nice, clean ketchup.
Do you drink coffee?
I've never had a cup of coffee in my life. That is not an exaggeration, that's not hyperbole. And I feel like I'm missing out, to be honest. I feel like I'm missing out on an experience. I'm sure we'll get there eventually.
What's your snack strategy?
I think the snack strategy for me is make what is the most easily accessible thing healthy. So have things sort of in your immediate vision, or when you open the fridge immediately, things that are healthy. You know, if I go into the cupboard, often the first thing there is pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, Brazil nuts, things like that. If I go into the fridge, I try and make it something like coconut water or berries, but you don't always win that battle, and that's okay. You must be kind to yourself, you must give yourself grace. We're all human, you know.
What do you grab from your fridge at 2 a.m.?
At 2 in the morning, I grab some self-discipline and I go back to bed. No, I'm joking. Well, I reach for the self-discipline, but sometimes it's not tangible. And I will probably go for, at 2 a.m., toast. Largely paleo. So I'd probably go for something like toast. Oh, you know what? If at 2 a.m. I would go for a beverage, I'd go for a coconut water, because I heard once that sometimes you're not hungry, you're just thirsty.
Let's go check out your gym. How often do you work out?
I try to work out 4 to 5 times in a week.
How has your training changed over the years?
Quite drastically. I think when I first started, it was largely compound lifts. It then progressed to compound lifts and other exercises and things in the gym. And then I sort of abandoned the gym entirely and went straight calisthenics exclusively. And now I would say I have a healthy balance between both, you know, weightlifting and calisthenics.
What does your workout look like now?
So my workout in the week is gonna be 4 days, and then I also try and do my martial arts, you know, multiple times in the week as well. Ideally 4 times in the week as well. So that does mean that some days are doubles, but I try my best to avoid double days because it's a lot on the body.
What do you consider an intense workout?
An intense workout. I think anything where you push yourself, anything where you take certain exercises to failure, you challenge yourself, that's what I would consider an intense workout.
What's your favorite exercise?
My favorite exercise, compound lifts, and also just the classic push-up. I find it so satisfying. I'm really into this thing right now called bulldog push-ups. You place your hands on the ground, you choose a number, you do that number of push-ups, you take a beat of resting, and then you go again. And I think just the purpose of that is muscle endurance, but I'm really into that right now. It's a lot of fun.
What's one exercise you hate?
Honestly, I have this strange thing where exercises and movements that I'm not very strong at, I become obsessive about it. I want to become so good at them that I enjoy it. So anything that I find challenging, I actually lean into it. I remember when I first started working out, I couldn't do tricep dips. So I became obsessive about tricep dips, and now I love them.
What keeps you motivated?
My loved ones, my son, family, my partner, my friends, that's what keeps me motivated. I want to be the best version of myself for them, and I want to be, by the grace of God, here for them as long as I can be.
What are your fitness goals?
Fitness goals, my fitness goals now are longevity. It wasn't always that. It was, you know, at a time being as strong as I could be, or as explosive as I could be, but now it's longevity. Just how can I be able to move in the way I want to move for as long as possible.
How do you keep your mind fit?
Me personally, I pray, I meditate. It's taken me a long time to get here, but I now communicate any challenges I might be experiencing with, you know, of course, loved ones who you trust and who you know have your best interests at heart. And I wish I had discovered how to do that sooner, because it really does help.
What music do you listen to when you work out?
I mean, I'm somebody who works out in silence. I'm sorry. I work out in silence, guys.
Do you have any scars?
Yes, I do have a scar. It's on my left forearm, and it's from a distal bicep tendon repair. And this happened right before I commenced filming for Lanterns. And I had to, you know, do my best along with the team to rehabilitate and get ready for filming.
Do you have a favorite superhero you'd like to train with?
Yes, a superhero that I would love Jon Stewart to train with is Batman. I think that would be a great training session. I think they'd get a lot of work done. I think they'd become great training buddies, great accountability buddies, so yeah.
All right, it's rapid fire time. Workout time, 7 a.m. or 7 p.m.?
7 p.m.
Squat or deadlift?
Squat.
CrossFit, yay or nay?
I have the utmost respect for CrossFit, but it's not for me.
Pull-ups or chin-ups?
Pull-ups.
Dumbbells or kettlebells?
Dumbbells.
Run on the treadmill or the great outdoors?
Great outdoors.
Cardio or weights?
Weights.
Big legs or big arms?
Big legs.
Biggest compliment, jacked, ripped, cut, or swole?
That's so hard. All of them are massive compliments. Maybe ripped.
If you could work out with anyone in the world, dead or alive, who would it be?
George Foreman. Rest in peace. All right, Men's Health. Thank you for joining me to see my gym and fridge, but I've got to get this work done. Much love. Thank you so much. The exit is that way.